Hello, Thorny Roses, and welcome. So I'd like to show you some variations on the dead bugs, which, as you know, is a workout that we include quite often in our daily, on the hour, every hour kind of core exercises. There are ways to make it more challenging, and I'm going to show those to you now. So I've got a couple of light weights, just 1 kilo weights, and different thicknesses of bands. So I think I will start with a heavier resistance. So to start with, you're just adding in the leg resistance to the dead bug. So just remember, it's a push one leg out, other arm goes overhead, push the other leg out, other arm goes overhead. It's this movement. With the extra resistance band, it really engages the core quite a lot more. This is one thing you can add to it. The other thing you can add to it is resistance overhead. You can have your palms facing forward, or you can have them facing each other. It's up to you. They work your muscle grips a little bit differently. See what feels good to you. It's the same idea. Push one leg out, back in, the other leg out, back in. Nice and slowly. And you can either touch the weight down to the floor, or just get it close. Or as I say, you can hold it so the palms are facing away from you, and just so. And then, of course, as you've probably worked out, you could do it with both. So you could have the resistance band and the weights, and really up the intensity of the dead bug. Your warm up for this would be to do just normal dead bugs without any weights, and then add these in, and you've got all the muscle groups warmed up and happy. So start with the knees of the hips, hands straight up, and alternate. And although this is more work, some people find this a little bit easier because of the way that the arms and legs are more balanced this way. And just as a point of form, I'll do it with the easier band to show you. Generally, this exercise, the more completely you can keep your knee over your hips, the better, because as they come in here, they're essentially resting. If you completely put them in your chest, there's sort of, there's no lever effect. But when they're out here, there's a pull. But when you're doing the resistance band, if this leg comes back a little bit, that just adds some resistance to this leg and more resistance to the other leg. So that's okay if that just comes back into your body a bit. And then as we'll do this with the arms. Make it a dead bug, otherwise it's a leg press. So that's something you can add to your dead bugs to make them more challenging. It's completely fine if you want to keep going with them as they were. Make sure you use really light weights for the arms to start with, because that overhead motion is quite a lot on the shoulder, and as it gets past a certain point, you don't want it pulling. So you want to make sure it's really under your control. And remember that the resistance adds up after a while, so what feels completely doable to begin with becomes more challenging as you progress through the sets. But of course, over time you get stronger, so over time you will want to increase the resistance, but you're still working with considerable intensity and effort. Well done, Thorny Roses, well done.